my name is Ruhena, and this is a special news report on Jean-Jacques Rousset. He was born on June 28, 1712, in the city-state of Geneva, Switzerland. He is the son of Isaac Rousset, a watchmaker, and Suzanne Bernard. Rousset's mother unfortunately died 9 days after his birth. Rousset was then raised and educated by his father until he reached the age of 10. On his father's exile from city to avoid arrest, Jean-Jacques was put in the care of a pastor at Bossy and apprenticed to an engraver. At the age of 16, Rousset left the city and came under the influence of Roman Catholic convert noblewoman Frances Louise de la Tour Baron de Warens. The Warens arranged for Rousset to travel to Tours, where he converted to Roman Catholicism in April 1728. While working as a servant in a noble household in Turin, a shameful episode occurred where he falsely accused another servant of theft of ribbon. This incident marked him deeply, and he used it in his autobiographical works. Rousset then spent a brief period of time to become a Catholic priest before embarking on a short career as a musician, a music copyist, and teacher. In 1731, he returned to Madame de Warens and later briefly became her lover and then her household manager, and remained with her throughout the rest of the 1730s. Rousset then moved to Lyon in 1740 to take up a position as a tutor, and this brought him to his first contact with major figures of the French Enlightenment. In 1742, Rousset presented his plan for a new numerically based system of musical notation, which was rejected by the Academy. In 1745, he met Thérèse Levasseur, an illiterate maid who would later become his wife, who bore him 5 children that he would eventually abandon. In 1749, while coming across a newspaper announcement, Rousset had an epiphany, which was how humankind is good by nature, but corrupted by society. Rousset entered an essay competition and submitted his work, Discourse, the Sciences, and Arts, known as the First Discourse, and won first place in the competition. The discourse was published in 1750, and it is very important because Rousset used it to develop more themes that he would use in his future works. Music remained a crucial interest for Rousset in this period, and in 1752 and 1753, he made his most important contributions to this field. In 1755, he published his Discourse on the Origins of Inequality, once again in the essay competition from the Academy of Dijon, but he didn't win the Academy's award the second time. The second discourse was a great success, and it is where Rousset begins to develop his theories of human social development and moral psychology. The years after the second discourse were most successful and important out of all Rousset's career. He then worked on a novel, Julie, ou la Nouvelle Eloise, and then on Amélie and the Social Contract. His intellectual achievement led to disaster when they were condemned in Paris and Geneva on grounds of religious heterodoxy. Rousset was forced to flee to escape arrest, seeking refuge in Switzerland, and eventually traveled to England in January 1766 from the invitation of David Hume. Rousset returned to France in 1767 and spent the rest of his life working on autobiographical texts and completed many of his works, such as his Considerations on the Government of Poland and Dialogues, Rousset Judge of Jean-Jacques. In his later life, he gained a greater interest in botany and in music, as he corresponded with the composer Christophe Gluck. Rousset passed away on July 2, 1778. In 1794, the French revolutionaries transported his remains to the Pantheon in Paris. Quote from Jean-Jacques Rousset: "What wisdom can you find that is greater than kindness? Insults are the arguments employed by those who are in the wrong. It is too difficult to think nobly when one thinks only of earning a living. Man is born free, and everywhere he is, in chains. People who know little are usually great talkers, while men who know much say little. The world of reality has its limits. The world of imagination is boundless. All of my misfortunes come from having thought too well of my fellows. Happiness, a good bank account, a good cook, and a good digestion. Absolute silence leads to sadness. It is the image of death. A feeble body weakens the mind." Signing off from JJR News, this is Ruhena.